Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome in. This is BabyNation.com and welcome back here to another video, guys. And today we are going to be doing my NBA mid-season series reactions here of the NBA Finals here. And sure, we're going to have a shit ton to say. I mean, already for me, I already have a shit ton to say because what already happened. Because what already happened was absolutely ridiculous. And we'll go ahead and talk about like Game 4, stuff like that. We'll take a look at each series. We'll break stuff down here, and then we'll see what adjustments that needs to be made moving forward for the rest of this series, however it plays out. But like I said, if you guys haven't already, make sure you hit the like and that subscribe button. Make sure to join that Discord. Make sure you please follow me on Discord and Twitch as well. And then if you guys are interested, number one, make sure you guys go check out our shop. We have some beautiful merch out there. You guys can get sweatshirts, t-shirts, pants, all of the above, even backpacks. So if you guys want to check out the store, make sure please do so. And if you guys want to join our ESPN NFL Fantasy, you guys are more than welcome to do that as well. All you need is your email and password to get in. Like I said, all the links will be in the description. Really do appreciate y'all support. Without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and hop right into this video. But this video is going to be very interesting. If you guys haven't checked out our shop yet, make sure to please do so. The link will be in my description. Also, you guys can check it out on our Discord. If you guys haven't joined that yet, make sure to please do so as well. And make sure you guys hit this redeem code up here on your final purchase or whatever deal that we're on. Right now, we're on 25% off the shop. That will change eventually, so make sure you guys go check that out. Get every 25% off all the store or whatever code that we're on, or whatever redemption that we're on there, and you guys can get some awesome stuff. We have shirts, we have t-shirts, we have aprons, we have long sleeve shirts, we have coffee mugs, we have pants, we have matching outfits, all that fun stuff. And you guys can get it in 3 different logos here. We have the Money Lord Tradition logo, we have the Money Lord Nation logo, and we have the Money Lord Sign logo all by itself. And we have everything available for you guys in all different platforms, all that stuff. Like I said, if you guys already hit my link in the description, check out our store. I really do appreciate y'all, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get things going here. Alrighty folks, so we are back here at the NBA Finals. Like I said, if you guys haven't checked out our shop, make sure to please do so. Awesome merch down there. I would highly recommend to go check that out, so make sure to please do so. Appreciate your support. But man, this series is just absurd, man. It's absurd. It's crazy. We already seen some ridiculous things happen. It's just crazy about what we've seen here in these NBA Finals here. It is absolutely stunning that this series is 3-1 New York. I think I think that's just absolutely stunning, just how the way everything has played out recently. Because if you guys looked at the last recent games, or you talk about not just the last recent games but the last couple games, you would come out of this thinking that New York is that San Antonio is just by far the better basketball team, because they completely outplayed the Knicks for all 4 of these games. That's why this is why I'm kind of ranging more on San Antonio than I'm really getting credit to New York. But at the same time, New York deserves credit. They deserve credit where they are. You know, they're on 3-1. They over the course of this series, they have been able to out execute San Antonio in many different ways, especially when it comes down to crunch time situations. It just kind of feels like Jalen Brunson is just getting whatever he wants to in crunch time situation. Karl-Anthony Towns, he's been very impactful. I like what we see from OG Anunoby, especially in Game 4. I like what I'm seeing for the Knicks. I really am. Josh Hart, they just have many guys that can step in. Even Mikal Bridges, they have a lot of guys that can step in and just do the dirty work, and just let Jalen Brunson and Cat do all the scoring. So I really do like this Knicks team. But like I said, I think this one's just more raging me on San Antonio. Like, how the fuck are you down 3-1? Like I said, you consistently just start well every single game. It just kind of feels like every single time you watch the Spurs and watch how the game goes, it just kind of feels like San Antonio's already out to like a big lead. Like I said, Game 4, they're already off to a 10-point lead. It's just ridiculous. I just can't believe that San Antonio just can't hang on to leads in this series. Like that's something that they did so well at the other 3 series. Well, against Portland, against Minnesota, against OKC, they did a pretty good damn job of holding on to leads. This series, they just can't do that for some reason, and I'm still trying to figure that out, why they can't do that. Like that's mind-boggling for me. It's just absolutely stunning to see a really good Spurs team. I know they're young. I know the Knicks are by far more experienced, and that could be part of it. But can't believe about what I'm seeing here. I just thought, like, if you really look at it and just how these series go, this series should already be over. The Spurs should have swept them. To be completely honest, this should be a sweep. Honestly, to be completely honest with you, the Spurs just overall the course of this series, they look like the much better team in this scenario. That's what fucking gets me for San Antonio, because you out here in game one, you had, what was it, like 18-point lead in game one. You had a what was it, a 14-point lead in game two. You had a 16-point lead in game three, and then you had a 29-point lead in game four. And how the fuck do you only win one of those games? Like, I'm still trying to figure that out. Like, I don't get that. I just think that's mind-boggling, especially with the Spurs fan. If you guys haven't watched the game last night, for game four, I actually went live for that game. It was absolutely, oh my god, it was fucking insane. San Antonio was just out there beating the absolute hell out of the Knicks, especially in the second quarter. I mean, they were up by 29 points. I literally tweeted in Discord yesterday, like this is a fucking ass whooping, but nah, all of a sudden the Knicks just want to come back and win. I mean, San Antonio, I mean, this is just completely inexcusable. At least you outplayed the fucking Knicks all four of these games, and you only won one of these games. Like, that's just absurd to me, especially starting out 0-2 at home, which we'll go ahead and dive into when we do my full NBA reaction. This is just a mid-series reactions here, but man, like I said, San Antonio, you can't drop the first two at home. You just can't. I mean, in the NBA Finals, man, especially against a really good team, you just can't do that. I mean, you can't drop the first two at home. I think those two are just a painful here. And then for the Knicks, I mean, I thought their defense has been phenomenal. Sure, I don't think they really deserve to win any of the 4 games so far, but their defense has been pretty lights out. For San Antonio's defense has also been lights out. I think both defenses have been playing pretty well. And, you know, both offenses have their moments where they both shoot hot. They both have moments where they just shoot ice cold from the field. And it just kind of feels like when you watch these games, and when, you know, with the more experienced team being in New York Knicks, I mean, you do kind of expect them now to execute a very young San Antonio roster that only has like one player that has any kind of playoff experience in De'Aaron Fox. So maybe that's part of it, of why the Spurs keep getting executed right now. But like I said, it's just unimaginable to see the Spurs lose this many leads in a single series, and completely outplaying another team and only winning for all 4 games, only winning 1 game. I just think that's absurd. But I do want to say for the Knicks, I do want to see some execution about 48 minutes. I don't think we've seen that at games so far. I just think they're completely getting outworked by San Antonio, especially in the first halves of these games. So I just need to see a little bit more execution. But that's all I got for them. I mean, these comebacks are epic. The way how they're able to pull off these wins are epic. It's phenomenal. So we'll see what happens here throughout. Like I said, Game 5 will be, I'm pretty sure, will be on, what's the day, Thursday? It'll be on Friday, I'm pretty sure, back in San Antonio. So yeah, no matter how these series play out, I mean, it's a fucking insane. So yeah, that's what I got for now. We're gonna go ahead and flip into adjustments here for each team, and we'll go ahead and get out of here. And then here's the adjustments that I have for each team. I mean, coming out of the, you know, short little halftime break that we have here of the series here. I mean, like I said, this is just me banging more on San Antonio, because like I said, San Antonio should already have the series won. I mean, this series should already be over. It should be a sweep. There should be a Lombardi Trophy handed out last night to San Antonio. It really should, because it's just the way how the Spurs continue to outplay these teams and just keep losing here. I just think it's upset. Like I said, especially with the game, how it went last night. Like I said, if you guys haven't watched the game last night, or if you guys haven't been with us to watch the game last night, that was fucking insane. I literally sat there. I was literally talking to one of my subscribers, and I was literally talking to him after the game, like, bro, how the fuck did this happen? I mean, I was still trying to figure out. I was going back on ESPN, trying to look at the inbounds play shit, which in Game 4, which we'll talk about a little bit later. That was one of the worst inbound plays I think I've ever seen in my life from San Antonio. But like I said, for the Knicks, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and hand them first, because like I said, they're up 3-1. They're kind of in a really good position right now. But they just got to address the slow starts, man. I mean, that's what's probably the only thing I really have for New York, to be completely honest with you. They just need to get out to a faster start. It just kind of felt like throughout this series, they always are down to begin the game. No matter if they're down by 15, I mean, they'll probably come back regardless, because that's basically what we see in this series. But it just kind of feels like the Knicks are always off to that slow start. It kind of feels like San Antonio is always the first one punching their foot on the gas pedal. So I would like to see the Knicks finally do that in one of these games here, and not just they need to execute. They need to execute for the entire game. I mean, we haven't seen a full execution of the New York Knicks of an entire game. I mean, we probably maybe you want to say that in game 1. If you want to say that in game 1, I think that's fair, or game 2, I think that's fair. But I just don't see that enough. You know what I mean? I just don't see that enough the way I counted it. For the Spurs, I mean, they just gotta take this as the first half. Like I said, after the every first half of this series, they've been dominating. They've been looked like one of the better teams in the NBA Finals history. Well, I'm not gonna go that far, but they have looked like one of the better teams in basketball in every first half of the series, and then they turned to absolute dog shit in the second half. By the way, in Game 4, I think I heard of a funny quote that I thought was pretty interesting, and I think I have to share this. The San Antonio Spurs had a 29-point lead in Game 4, right? They had a 29-point lead in Game 4. They have scored fewer points. Hold on, let me put this correctly. They have scored fewer points. Now, the San Antonio's lead was bigger than what they scored in the second half. So let me say that again. The San Antonio Spurs had a 29-point lead. Their lead was bigger than what they scored in the second half, and I just think that's absolutely absurd for that to even be a sentence, but it is a sentence. And I just think they need more offensive in half court. It kind of feels like, I mean, the first half they do pretty good about moving around, moving their offense, getting screens, all that stuff in the first half. I'm not seeing that in the second half. I'm not seeing too much of anything in the second half of their front court offense. I think they're settling for too many threes. Especially Wemby. I recently checked his box score. He had like 8 threes, 9 threes. I don't think Wemby needs to be taking 9 threes. I think that's too much for him. I think he needs to be doing his damage in the paint. If you're going to take threes, I would limit him to about 3, maybe 4 threes a game. I'm not going to allow Wemby to live or die off the 3 ball. I don't think that's a good success thing. Yes, he can hit it, but as a big man who should be doing his work in the paint, I just don't think he really needs to be relying on a 3 ball like that. I just think he needs to be relying, and he needs to be doing his work in the paint here. So like I said, guys, let's see how this series ends up here. Like I said, I know San Antonio's kind of in a spot that they really shouldn't be in right now, but you know, it is what it is. But I actually do think this comeback is not impossible here for San Antonio. Yes, I know they're down 3-1 here, but think about it. You have the next. If he continues to stay alive, right? You only have to go through one more time in Madison Square Garden. You are the home team of the series, so that means you will have the 2 out of the last 3 potentially at home. And plus, it's just the way how the Spurs been playing, and outplaying the Knicks this entire series, except for coming up stretch and winning the game. I don't think this is impossible. Yes, it's going to be hard, but I don't think it's completely impossible. I think they have a chance. They just got to keep surviving, and like I said, you have 2 out of the last 3 at home, which potentially, and that will help you as you continue to do this quest. So yeah, let's see how they respond here. Like I said, I really wanted the series to go to 7, but it's the way how I see it right now is I have San Antonio winning Game 5, and then I have the Knicks closing it out and winning Game 6. So I'm kind of like in Knicks in 6 right now. I don't think the Knicks will close it out in Game 5 in San Antonio. I just don't think the Spurs will allow that to happen at home. But when they get back to Madison Square Garden, I think that's probably going to be the nail in the coffin there. So I'm going to say Knicks. I'm going to say Knicks in 6 right now. But like I said, let me guys know your comments below. Let me guys know what adjustments, what are you, if you're a Spurs fan, or are you feeling pissed off about this series, or rightfully so. If you're a Knicks fan, must be feeling pretty good about yourself, despite getting outplayed this series. So, but like I said, I'm gonna hop out of here. I appreciate all the support. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. By the way, if you guys like this video, make sure to hit the like and that subscribe button. And without further ado, guys, I'm gonna roll out of here, because the thing is, you guys can watch it on time. Appreciate about the support. Let's see how the rest of the series end up. Hopefully San Antonio makes it a little bit more interesting. And yeah, without further ado, guys, I'm gonna hop out of here. Thanks guys so much for watching. ZipMemoryNation.com. Peace out. Stay safe, good people, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.